With the emergence of COVID-19 pandemic, it has certainly changed the flow that goes around the world, especially the education system. As an important element in the country, the education system in Malaysia has changed, and with it challenges and effects appear in a package during these troubled times. The pros and cons of online classes, a barrier in communication and interaction between the educator and students, and the utilization of technology are some of the highlighted challenges that are in this paper. Besides that, how students and educators cope with their mental health while dealing with the changes in the education system is one of highlighted effects of this research.
Hello, Assalamualaikum. My name is Muhammad Hafiz Mirazali, 70593. I will be talking about the introduction. The first announcement of coronavirus-related pneumonia was in Wuhan, China. The first known case in Malaysia was detected on 25th of January 2020 and spread into 22 cases but were quickly handled with the immediate isolation of the patients. Even so, the effort was meaningless after the first major super spreader event during a mass religious gathering that was attended by 16,000 people, causing the infection rate to increase exponentially. It was dubbed as tablet cluster. In March 2020, Malaysia government implemented the first movement control order, which is MCO, where it is an effort to combat the spread of COVID-19. All normal activities were ceased, including the education sectors. This is a preventive way to mitigate the spread of the virus. So the Ministry of Higher Education of Malaysia has decided to stop all face-to-face classes and adopt online learning to make sure students are not missing out from classes. This decision was made in part of the epidemic control decisions, and with the course objectives being the same, the changes of the course and delivery were made to accommodate the online lectures. This is a new way for a new normal for the citizens of Malaysia, especially for the ones who are studying. The next one, I will be talking about problem statement. There is a new problem arisen for students in a daily basis from having to adapt to new ways of study, and the new way of study will be online learning, and this has caused a change in the social way of life for students due to having their classes at home rather than in a classroom. This change was not without its issues, where the distractions from being at home affect the students' attention span. It may because of the comfort of the home that would distract them more. So students that are also going back from campus, especially in the rural areas, going back home, they will face a problem where there is little to no internet coverage, which could jeopardize the quality of education. This would cause the students to reduce to not join online classes, and maybe it will be very hard for them to concentrate with the constant disconnecting and connecting of the internet.
Next, we will move into the research question. The first question is, what changes have been made by the school or university to increase the interaction between students and the lecturers? As we evolve from physical class into online class, we have acknowledged that the biggest crisis that we have to overcome in online classes is limited interaction. It is very important for the school or university to overcome this crisis, as interaction is one of the main factors that can help students in class. Secondly, why do the changes in education system causes several problems for students? By using online classes as the main platform in our educational system, we have faced few problems that include international student mobility and the loss of instructional time delivered in the school setting. So we wanted to know, how does the changes in the educational system can lead to this kind of problem? The third question is, how do the student and the lecturers cope with the changes of the education system. Acknowledging the problems and challenges while using online classes, it is a need for the lecturers and students to cope with the problems as soon as they can. For example, from the teacher's side, they need to overcome their technological issue, while from the student side, they need to control or manage their mental health.
There are four research objectives for this topic. Firstly is to study the challenges and effects that are faced by the educators and students during the pandemic. Secondly is to study the effects of online learning in the education system. Thirdly is to learn more on how the students and educators take care of their mental health while dealing with the changes of the education system. And lastly is to find the solutions that can help increase the interaction between the educators and the students and the challenges that are faced by them when online classes are in session.
Hello everyone, my name is Diane Michelle, anak maling with my metric number 74608. I am from group 13. Today I'm gonna present about the solution and challenge in education during this pandemic. First challenge is technical issues. Many students may not have access to a high-speed internet connection, which is necessary for online learning or education. As a result, they are having difficulty launching virtual learning and other platforms that require an internet connection. Second challenge is time management. When it comes to online learning or education, many students struggle to manage their time. For many, online learning is a whole new experience that necessitates a lot of effort. They require a time management planner to effectively manage their time. Next challenge is distractions. It's a fantastic experience to be able to learn from the comfort of your own home. You can imagine your surrounding to resemble a school campus. However, things are different at home, where you could want a large classroom, parks, playgrounds, canteen, friends, and teachers to guide and teach you. However, with online schooling, you must manage everything in one place while being surrounded by your parents and family. Some small items around the house might quickly distract you. Apart from challenge, there are various ways we can solve them. So, how do we overcome the challenge of technical issues in these problems? First, you will need to locate a high-speed internet connection at your residence. Also, be aware of where you may obtain help with your connection as well as technical concerns with software and tools for effective learning. Second is in online learning, time management is the most critical component. For greater learning outcomes, time and effort are required. Avoid multitasking. For example, do not attempt to complete numerous tasks at once. Complete one task at a time to avoid making your work ineffective and inefficient. Last is you should educate your parents and friends about your online learning schedule so that they do not become distracted. During live session and video chats, restrict access to the study area. Make sure you take advantage of the scheduled breaks. You will be able to focus on your studies while also spending quality time with your friends and family. That's all from me. Thank you.
The conclusion that we can make from this topic, which is the change of education during pandemic, is the coronavirus crisis is a deep and sudden shock, but it is unlikely to be the last. Government should not lose sight of the long game, ensuring that all children and young people in low and middle income countries are educated to build a healthy, prosperous, or secure future. Let's ensure school systems are adequately financed, make smart use of technology, and protect teachers. The COVID-19 epidemic has led to adoption of online education on a large scale around the world for the first time. The lesson we can learn about online education during this pandemic will be useful during future exigencies. However, the students feel that online education is stressful and affecting their health and social life. This pandemic has led to a widespread adoption of online education, and the lesson we learn now will be helpful in the future.